Hello friends, welcome to another video on my YouTube channel Code on Canvas, and in this video we are going to cover memory in LangChain. I will be creating different videos for a complete memory tutorial, and in this whole tutorial series I will be covering internal memories, external memories, some depreciated classes of LangChain about memory, and some production quality code like error handling as well as multiple session handling in memory. So this particular video we are going to cover the first class that is provided by LangChain, which is BaseChatMessageHistory, which is used to implement memory in LangChain. So let's first understand why we need memory and what is memory in LangChain. So in this I have just imported all the classes that I need for this demo, and I am initiating my LLM model. So let's first understand what is memory and why we need it. So whenever you have worked on ChatGPT, you must have seen that you can access your past conversations as well, right? Like in the sidebar in the left, you can see all the conversations that you have made in the past, and you can access them as well. So all that history, all those conversations are not stored by LLM. Those are the conversations that are stored by the client, which is like the UI that you see on your side, and that triggers the LLM whenever you send a prompt. So LLM doesn't store any conversation history. It just takes the context from the prompt that you are sending, the whole context window that it has, as well as the past training that it had gone with while in the training. So it doesn't remember any conversation that it has had with you, and it cannot take any context from that. For that, you have to store those conversations somewhere, and while passing a prompt to the LLM, you have to send the whole conversation in the prompt itself. So that is why we need memory. Let's first see how the LLM behaves without a memory. So here I've just created a small LLM class. I've created a small prompt where I'm saying that I am a John and I'm Python developer interested in machine learning. So here I'm telling the LLM my name, as well as I'm informing him that I'm a Python developer and I'm interested in machine learning. So let's see, let's run this block and let's see what the LLM responds with. So as you can see with the user message one at the bottom, LLM is responding great, like it's saying, "Hi John, it's great to meet you. Machine learning is fascinating field," and all, like it's talking about machine learning. So it certainly knows that my name is John and I am a Python developer. Now in the next prompt, I'm asking the same LLM model that what is my name. So as in the first message, I have already told the LLM my name. I expect LLM to remember it because obviously this particular prompt is very small and it's very small and it's obviously inside the context window. But as LLM doesn't store anything on their side, it will not remember my name. So let's say when I send this prompt, what is my name, as the second message to the LLM, you can see the response that is coming from LLM is something like this: "I'm sorry, but I don't have access to the personal information." So LLM doesn't store anything on your side. All the context that it's taking from this particular prompt that I am sending to the LLM at a particular time, as well as all the past training that it has gone in the past. So as the first prompt is sent to the LLM, it just takes the context from it, it replies accordingly. But when this prompt is going to the LLM, it doesn't know that this was already dealt with. Like it will not remember this anymore. So it doesn't have any information about my name or my career anymore. So to work with this, we need to add a memory layer in between. That memory layer that will store all the conversation that is happening with the LLM and me, and whenever I'm passing a prompt to the LLM, it will store that, it will just push that conversation history into the prompt automatically, and the whole thing will go to the LLM. So let's see how to implement that in LangChain. So the first class that we are going to see today in this lecture is BaseChatMessageHistory. So this class in LangChain, it allows you to create your own memory layer the way you want. So there are other classes as well provided by the LangChain that stores the memory in a default manner. We will see them in further videos. But in this particular video, I'm just going to cover this class first, so that later in the videos, I can show you implementation using this class as well as the default classes provided by the LangChain. So this is a class that you can inherit using a simple Python class. So I have created a class simple chat history, and I have inherited the base chat message history class. So this class needs some properties as well as functions that needs to be overridden and should be overridden by you to work properly. So there is an init method. In the init method, this class has a property called messages. I'm just the base chat history message history class has a property called messages. I'm just initiating that message variable to empty list whenever I load this class. Then there are some methods that should be overridden by you. For example, this message property should be overridden by you. Add messages and add messages and clear method should be overridden when inheriting this class. So these are required methods, the minimum required methods that you should override while working with this class. Add messages, as the name suggests, it adds all the messages that are happening within the conversation with the LLM to this message list. Clear, it will just clear all the messages, all the history that is stored in the list at a time. So there are other optional methods that you can override, which is add user message and add AI message. So as the name indicates, add user message is used to store all the user messages, the prompts, the messages that user are sending to the LLM. And add AI message is a method that is used to store all the responses that LLM is returning. So if you remember, this follows the same naming conventions. Like you can, if you have seen my past videos, you know you send your messages in a user message prompt, and the LLM returns a AI message prompt. Like if you will see my past video about different types of prompt techniques, it will be clear to you. So once you have this small setup ready, this class ready, you can just use it as a memory in LangChain. So the first approach that we are seeing here is how to manually use this class as a memory while working with LLM. So it's nothing rocket science, it's just invoking this class like a normal class and storing everything that you are sending to the LLM or getting returned from the LLM like a normal method. So I have created a simple chatbot class here in which I'm initially initiating the memory to be a memory object of this particular class, which is simple chat history. Then I have a LLM instance, which is the LLM I have initialized at the top, which I have already done here, this one. Then if we go back down, then we have a system prompt. So I have just put a system prompt so that I don't have to put it again and again for every chat I send to LLM. For example, you are a helpful mentor, keep responses concise. So here is my chat method, and here first of all, whenever this method gets called, here I'm expecting an input which is user input. So whenever I get a user input in that memory class that I have initialized in the beginning, I'm just adding the user message using this method that I have overridden here. So here, whatever the user message comes here in the chat method, it will just go here and it will be getting stored in this message property maintained by this base chat message history. After that, I'm creating a system message and I'm adding the user message to it along with the all previous messages. So as you can see, I'm just creating a system message using the system prompt, the default system prompt. Then I'm extending it using all the messages that are present in the that are present in the list of all these messages. So message has all the conversation history, right? Like all the messages that are being sent to LLM and all the messages that are being returned by the LLM, all of them are present in this list, right? So I'm adding to my prompt messages all the past conversations as well. Then I'm invoking the LLM with the message that I have sent along with the all previous conversations and printing the response. And after the LLM returns a response, I'm also adding the response of the LLM in my conversation history using this add AI message function that I have overridden here, and just returning the AI response to the console. So just one thing to notice here, in add user message, I'm using human message class, and add AI message, I'm using AI message class to store the messages in the past conversations. So this will tell LLM that this message was from user, and this response was from LLM model. So if you will revert it, it will work weirdly, like it may behave weirdly. Maybe LLM will be able to figure it out like a conversation, but it's recommended to use human message when you are storing a user message, and AI message when you are storing a response written by the LLM. Because if you will print this thing out, Specifically, it tells the LLM what type of message it is. Now here I'm just created a method to show the whole history that I have stored in my memory class. So now I'm initiating a simple chat history, chat history, which is this class, my memory class. Then I'm initiating my bot while passing this memory as well as the LLM and a small message to it. Then this is my first user input. Hi, I'm learning Python and interested in AI, and I'm printing the response. Similarly, I've just continued the conversation like what is the best first project and how long will that take and all those things. And then I'm showing the history at the end. So if you will see the output of this whole program, you can see it's coming like this. So my first message was, hi, I'm learning Python and interested in AI. So the bot is saying, that's great, Python is a fantastic choice for AI development and all those things. So I'll just not read the whole message. Then what is the best first project? So a good first project is building a simple chatbot. You can use libraries like NLTK and natural language processing and everything. So as you know that I've already told LLM in my first message that I'm interested in AI, and it remembers this conversation, right? The conversation is stored in our client side, and whenever we are sending this small question to the LLM, we are also sending all the conversation history, right? So it remembers I'm learning Python, I'm interested in AI, and that's why this response is coming according to the previous conversation that we have had with the LLM. So it's suggesting us a project in Python along with the Python libraries. Then how long will it take? So the time it take can be vary. It's simple chatbot might take. So as you can see, it's still talking about chatbot. It's not deviating from the topic anymore. So if you will see the conversation history that we have stored and in this small conversation, you can see the user and AI messages are being stored here. So first user asked this, then this is the response of LLM, then a question, then a response, then another question, another response. So this is how you implement your own memory using a BaseChatMessageHistory class. Obviously, you can add your more complicated logic in that, however you want to store the memory, and you can use it. So if you want to see how it behaves without a memory, let's do one thing. Let's comment this part and let's comment out this part as well. So I'm not storing a user message and a AI message in my conversation history anymore. And let's see how this will behave now. So I'll just run it. Not sure. Yeah. And let's say I'll run it. Okay. Okay. This is not defined. So let me run this cell as well. And then let's run it again. Okay. What is happening? Close to fine. Yeah, now it run. So this is a turn one. I'm learning Python. Got it. I'm here to help you with the Python related questions and go. What is the best first project? I'm here to help you with the Python question. What do you need assistance with today? So as you can see, it's not recommending the project anymore. Then how long will it take? Got it. How can you assist? So it's returning the similar answer. So it's not talking about the Python anymore, right? It doesn't have any idea what we are talking about. Similarly, if you will see in our conversation history, that thing is getting stored. So this is how memory will help you. Let me revert this change and run this block again. So let's run this block and run this block again. So now if you will see, the responses are much better. Now it's again talking about Python projects and everything. So this is how memory will help you in the LangChain. And later in further videos, we will see different types of internal and external memories that you can work with in the LangChain. Till that time, please like, share and subscribe, and see you in the next video.